So, both of my databases are level 15 now, so that means I can carry $5 million. So that's gonna be enough to upgrade my Sentry to level 16 and my core to level 10, but I'm gonna go for the Sentry first, especially because last episode I was saying how the Sentry level 16 is listed as 12 hours on Wikipedia, or not Wikipedia, the Hackers Wiki. So once I get 4.75 million, I'll be able to see if that's actually true or not. So while we're waiting for my programs to compile, might as well take a look at some of the hacks on me. Black Doctor at Gombot. I think that's his name, from United Kingdom. So this guy tries to portal into my base, just like what people have been trying to do before I upgraded my scanner. But now that my scanner is level 11 now, we get to see if this was actually a worthwhile upgrade. And it turns out it was pretty worthwhile. It's barely noticeable. It looks like he still can make it, but then when he actually throws down the portal, he's down to like 1 second. Maybe even less than a second before he makes it, but then he doesn't actually make it. Granted, he is level 4 Wraith, level 1 portal, level 2 Wraith, level 1 portal, and level 4 access. I think some people have it slightly higher, like level 5 access, level 3 Wraith, and level 2 portal. That might make a bit of a difference because he was on like the last edge, because it's like a hexagon, right? There's 6 sides per program slot, and it takes 6 seconds to install the portal, so on the last edge it's probably like 1 second, maybe half a second left. So maybe if someone was to push the level just a bit further, they would be able to make it through, even with level 11 scanner, and it might be necessary to upgrade to level 12. Although it does seem like level 12 is the absolute max I need to go, at least until people get like even higher stealth, I guess. So I guess we'll have to wait and see for that. And here this is also kind of a demonstration of level 15 Sentry, I guess. Clearly significantly more powerful. It dropped the ice shield last time, before he put on the protector, and now it just dropped the ice shield. It almost dropped it. It needed one more hit, which the level 15 Sentry was lacking, I guess. So level 16 would have definitely took that down. And it looks like even level 6 ice shield or ice wall can't really stand up to it anymore. Which kind of is a good thing in a way, because it means I don't have to feel bad about my level 2 ice wall being dropped. Because if even a level 6 ice wall gets dropped, then it's not like I made a really bad decision not upgrading it, right? So Neo actually requested a lot recently for me to show some of my more routine hacks. And I thought, well, this is probably one of the best episodes, since I just need a bit more to finish upgrading, or to get enough money to upgrade my Sentry. So I can go ahead and do a few life hacks right now, because recording anyways. I don't usually get to do this. Usually things are ready to upgrade in the day and I just go for it. But on occasions like this where I get to record it, then I'll try my best. Although even so, I tend to want to mainly select the hacks which are, well, good hacks. I don't want to just show any regular hack, because there's not much to really see when that happens. I want to show ones that are actually somewhat impactful and significant. But I will show some routine ones for Neo. Alright, let's take a look at Zack. He's exactly my level, so I guess we can get an accurate representation here of how the average player at my level is. And also because he's carrying 242k. So, low level Ice Wall, low level Sentry, slightly higher level turret than me, but everything else is not very impressive. And you see why now. So, should I be worried here is the question. Should I even use a blaster on the cKdR, or should I just take it down with my beam cannon? Because if I use the blaster, then I have to compile for an extra 5 minutes. But if I just use the beam cannon, that's only 20 seconds. And this is a low level cKdR, and since I'm not too worried, so I might as well just use beam cannons in the interest of time. By the way, it's actually pretty hard to narrate what you're thinking at the same time as you're actually trying to do it in real time. Like, I don't know if you ever tried, mainly because when you're trying to just do things, there's a lot of muscle memory involved, and when you're trying to narrate, you have to like think about you thinking, and that actually kind of like slows you down and like messes you up a bit. Or is that just me? Because if I'm not narrating, then I'm just doing what like from habit. It's like literally routine when I just go ahead and just press stuff. But when I actually have to think about it and then try and convert what I'm thinking about it into like actual speech so that you can understand it, that's when it gets slightly hard. But yeah, so you see there that I just like went with beam cannon ice walls. To be perfectly honest, because you see how I was just rambling on. That's because I wasn't even really thinking about what I was doing. I was just putting on beam cannon on every node there is, and that's about all there is to it. I did use a lot of beam cannon, but in the grand scheme of things, I used 6 ice wall and 1 protector and 1 blaster, so it's really not that much if you think about it. I probably could have saved a few beam cannon if I wasn't talking. And yeah, so you see why I don't really do live hacks. But let's try and see if I can actually narrate what I'm talking. Or what I'm thinking, rather. I think this guy, Turkesh, is gonna be another good example. He does seem to be slightly better than the average player. He does have a decently leveled Colgate, decently leveled turret. Doesn't seem to have a focus on the Sentry, so there is always that. But my strategy here is I'm going to, despite this Colgate being an upgrade, this is going to take me a while, so I am going to try my best to make it go faster, so I will use the blaster on the first Colgate. So since I do have the blaster here, my plan here is to just load up on beam cannon and get onto this Colgate as fast as possible. Simply to save some time. And then on there, I'm going to be using the stun lock that I was talking about with the blaster. And the goal here is that hopefully I can actually not have to use an ice wall, but it looks like I will have to use an ice wall, which is unfortunate. But once I get the stun lock going, then I can actually drop the ice wall and then just go on with the beam cannon. So this is one of the nice perks about the blaster that I really like. But it does seem like this is going to end up costing me some time because I am already down to almost 2 minutes. So I'm going to have to hurry it up again and then go with 3 beam cannons. So this is going to be slightly difficult. Seems like a tough choke point. Gonna try and put on the protector. His high level turret seems to be a bit of a difficulty. So it's targeting the black ice first. I'm gonna spam the wall a few times just to be absolute sure. This doesn't fall. So once I take down 2 turrets, I think I'll be pretty safe. Okay, so this is kind of confusing because if you look at the angle I'm clicking at, it's pretty hard to like actually click on things. And I don't really have like the ability to just turn my camera right, because this is like a very intense moment, so it's not like I can just turn around and look at something else. But it seems like it's cleared now, so I did waste a few ice water. That's not really good. Okay, I need to just make sure I take down this black ice here. Perfect refresh, and then get onto here. Drop down the protector to make sure I don't run out of ice walls, and I'm good to go. Okay, so yeah, that was a bit intense because I was trying to talk and multitask at the same time. So hard enough to multitask already, especially when I'm trying to talk while doing it. I did end up using all of my ice walls. Probably wouldn't have had to. And you also see what I mean when I say it's hard to click things. So hopefully that gives us better insight to what my thought process is, even though it's a bit more crappy insight, because I'm partially distracted. Well, the good news is I can upgrade the Sentry to level 16 now. So, what's the time? Well, 4 days and 16 hours. I guess it's not 12 hours, like they claimed, but, you know, if it's too good to be true, it probably is too good to be true. So, 22 hours until the upgrade finishes. So, that's pretty good. It's actually still less than upgrading the scanner to level 11, you know. I did say I was going to try and hack Neo this episode, but I guess he's online and has been for the past hour, as far as I'm aware. So I guess I'm not going to be able to do that this episode. Maybe next one? So yeah, a bit of a shorter episode this time, I guess. Thanks to Neo. Could have had one more hack in. But other than that, in the future, it's probably more likely I will try and show interesting replays as opposed to routine hacks. I want to do that so you guys at least know kind of what the routine hack tends to be, which is not that bad actually, but... And we figured out that the level 15 Sentry is in 12 hours to upgrade to level 16. So, all things considered, I think things are doing pretty well. When I say I'm behind, I guess it's more for people who are higher level than me, because against people who are more of my routine attacks, I still do pretty well, at least. So yeah, next time I will actually try and attack Neo, if he isn't online all the time, like I said I was going to. Alright, so thank you for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe. And yeah, thank you.